Hello, Empower Nation. Welcome to Empower Her Money podcast. I'm your host, Angela Duncan, speaker, best-selling author, serial entrepreneur, and we talk all things money and business. Today's episode is going to be a solo episode, just me, and we are going to talk about the world of virtual assistants, virtual offices, especially when I'm talking about insurance companies. As we head into 2025, we'll be focusing more on commercial insurance and helping more of our business clients with commercial insurance, but really have had to transition a little bit. So if we think about our COVID world, most of us know post-COVID, having the ability to have Zoom and other Microsoft Teams and other virtual offices was really key and essential for a lot of offices to be able to still maintain their workload, to have employees be able to work from home and to be safe in their environments. So it became more acceptable, of course, after COVID to have Zoom meetings and virtual meetings as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about, the results from having a virtual office and having more acceptance for virtual assistants too, especially if we look across the world. We've got other countries that are highly educated that are able to work virtually and help our business, sometimes fractional cost of what we pay an assistant here in the US, and they're still qualified, they're still college educated, they're still English speaking, or, in my case, I'm in Florida. So there's also some countries that have Spanish speaking, which helps out a lot as well. So let's talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about the cost, right? Having a virtual office obviously saves some money as far as overhead costs are concerned. You don't have to have a large office if a lot of your workforce, your employees, your assistants are working from home. So it does help a homeowner save a little bit of money when it comes to having that virtual office. But one thing I definitely recommend is still having a physical presence. There are some clients that are going to still want to meet with you in person, and meeting them at, a Starbucks, coffee shop, something like that is not always professional depending on the line of business you're in. So you can still maintain a physical location. Perhaps you want to find a smaller office that still has some signage out front that still gives you the privacy of meeting with a client in person. You don't need to utilize a larger space as maybe perhaps you did before COVID. And so having that physical location can be important for some clients. I do recommend that. There also are some shared spaces that you can rent, right? So if you are meeting with a client and you don't necessarily think that you need to have the branding or the personal space, then you can do one of these shared space locations, still meet with clients there, brainstorm. They'll have access to video monitors, private offices. Perhaps you need a whiteboard or a bigger space, then that's a great opportunity as well. Here on the commercial insurance space, I do prefer to meet with my clients at their location if possible, if they are an in-person business. If not, and they want to meet in person with me, then, having that smaller but private physical location that just has my name on it, that's not shared, does for me, at least for my perception, is to make sure that it is more professional. And, I work with business owners and with commercial property owners. So having that professionalism is important to me. And so having a smaller space is more ideal for me than having the shared workspace. That's definitely something that you'll have to determine for yourself, but it is a more cost-effective way to run your business, which in turn means that you'll have hopefully more profitability. You can hire more employees, more salespeople, utilize some new marketing skills and abilities and avenues with that savings, or it can just go to your bottom line and create more profit for you as the owner and for you and your family. The other thing I recommend as you go more virtual is to invest in technology. I'm talking into a higher end camera, which gives me HD capabilities. I do pay for the upgraded version of Zoom. You can find other apps as well. Paying for that upgrade is important because it does have some additional features. I did pay for a more expensive microphone so that when I'm doing this podcast, I do have the ability to have better audio and better quality video for the audience. But if you're going to be doing virtual meetings, then it is important for you to have great quality and great applications that you can use to make the user experience for your client better than if you were just doing this from your laptop or from your phone. So having that upgraded technology, spend a little bit more money there to help you so that you can just have that professional and smooth experience for your client. Another thing that I recommend on the commercial side is there's lots of applications now that you can provide your client the ability to get a copy of their insurance, a copy of their certificate, perhaps if it's a contractor or somebody that needs multiple COI, certificates of insurance, then giving them their own link to be able to do that. Because if they're working at nighttime or on the weekends, it just makes it such a seamless process for your clients to be able to go and grab their own documents if they need a copy of their insurance. That way, they're not waiting for your return phone call on Monday, or if you have a holiday weekend, it might be 3 days before you get back to them, and that's just not great service. So, with the advancement of technology today, you can definitely figure out which technology platform you want to use to be able to give your clients the ability to get their own certificates of insurance as needed. When doing the virtual office, another very important factor that I like to teach is to answer your phones. I mean, when you cannot have a client come with you in person, then answering your phones, giving great service is key. They can obtain insurance from any other insurance office, but for us, we want to make sure that our service level is top notch, and that's key to keeping our clients and getting referrals. So, picking up the phone, not allowing them to go to voicemail, not creating a tree, which they push one, push two, push three. I want to be able to just pick up that call so that we can service the client. And depending on the size of your company, perhaps you're not able to do that, but at least get back to that client as soon as possible so that they know that they are being taken care of as well. Quick response time is important and ideal for clients, especially in our world, in the commercial insurance and business insurance world, because our clients are business professionals and their time is valuable. My time is valuable as well, but also making sure that I'm in this business to serve them. They are my clients. So making it as easy as possible for them to get to me, to pick up the phone, and to have a quick response time. Now, one of the statistics that I did take a look at before this show was more along the lines of loneliness in our country. I think with the advancement of technology and us working virtually quite often, we don't get out as much. We don't have that in person human action, right? Even via Zoom, having a client meeting is better than having the phone call or not talking to clients at all. But to me, the in person experience is so much better. So I still get out and I network. I think that's important for you to understand if you're going to be doing a virtual office of any sort, to have some in person time doing something, whether that is a hobby or some type of networking, but get out into, seeing other people. It'll really help build your spirits with the right people and make sure that you are performing at your best as well. So, hopefully, you enjoyed those tips on best ways to have a virtual office. And don't forget to leave a 5-star review, share this episode. It's how we can reach more entrepreneurs, help them with their business journey. Thank you for listening to Empower Her Money podcast. I am grateful for you. Please make sure to leave us a 5-star review, like this podcast, share it, subscribe, and let's keep teaching others how to take control and be empowered with their finances.